It has been said that friends improve the quality of our lives, and some friends take it a step further by ensuring the safety of the people they care for. Imagine the horror when a gesture of care and safety goes terribly wrong. This is the story of Hannah Cornelius, a young student at Stellenbosch University who had intimidating plans for the future. Hannah and her good friend Cheslin had a night out with other students, and at the onset of dawn, they left home together. But Hannah never made it home. Who could have killed such a bright student? Hello, and welcome back to Crime Mystic, where we cover solved, unsolved, and twisted cases from around the world. Today we take a look at one of the cruelest cases, the twisted case of Hannah Cornelius. But before we delve any further, please take the time to show your support by subscribing to our channel, liking our videos, and clicking on that notification bell to receive the latest videos straight to your inbox. Now that that's done, let's get to the case. Stellenbosch, situated in the Western Cape province of South Africa, is a charming town located approximately 50 kilometers 31 miles east of Cape Town. As an independent municipality, it proudly houses Stellenbosch University, a renowned institution with a history dating back to 1863. The region surrounding Stellenbosch, including Parel and Franschhoek valleys, constitutes the esteemed Cape Winelands, the country's prominent wine-growing area. The South African wine industry thrives here, producing an impressive 1 billion liters of wine annually. Notably, Stellenbosch University's Department of Electrical and Electronic Engineering is the only university department in the Southern Hemisphere to design and launch a communications satellite into space successfully. This achievement exemplifies the department's pioneering spirit. This is Hannah Cornelius's university. Hannah Cornelius was born on February 12, 1996 in Cape Town, South Africa. She was a vibrant young woman with dreams and aspirations. Her parents, Willem and Anna, a magistrate and a lawyer, provided her with a stable and loving upbringing. Hannah possessed a kind heart, intelligence, and a strong work ethic. In the summer of 2015, Hannah embarked on her journey towards higher education at Stellenbosch University. She immersed herself in her studies, finding joy in learning and adapting to university life. Residing at the Irene Ladies' Residence in Stellenbosch, she found herself surrounded by a vibrant community and formed lasting friendships within the close-knit community. Hannah's compassionate nature led her to dedicate her spare time to volunteering at the Tears Animal Sanctuary in Cape Town, showing her love for animals and her commitment to making a difference. Known for her sociable demeanor, Hannah effortlessly connected with others. Making friends came naturally to her, and her infectious happiness brightened the lives of those around her. Her willingness to lend a helping hand and her infectious happiness made it easy for her to forge strong bonds. It was during her second year at university that she crossed paths with Cheslin, a fellow student studying theology. Their friendship blossomed rapidly, unaware of the tumultuous path fate would soon lead them down. On Friday, May 26, 2017, Hannah and Cheslin enjoyed an evening out with friends, seeking solace after a demanding week of studying and hard work. As the night came to a close, Cheslin offered to walk Hannah back to her residence. Stellenbosch, a town surrounded by vineyards and known for its picturesque streets and charming cafes, held hidden dangers for those walking alone. Grateful for his company, Hannah and Cheslin safely arrived at her residence, their journey uneventful. However, Hannah's caring nature urged her to ensure Cheslin's safety as he made his way home. Despite his assurances that he would be fine riding his longboard, Hannah insisted on driving him in her beloved blue and white Volkswagen Citi Golf, a cherished gift from her 90-year-old grandmother. With her love for driving and a desire to help a friend, Hannah offered to drop Cheslin off at his home. At approximately 3:23 a.m. on Saturday, their fateful drive began. In a secluded spot in Stellenbosch, Hannah and Cheslin found themselves suddenly confronted by a gang, encircling the car like a pack of wolves. The events that unfolded next were devastating, forever altering the lives of those involved. Before long, the parked car was approached by a group of 4 men armed with a screwdriver and a flick knife. Hannah and Cheslin were attacked inside the car, with Cheslin being forced into the back seat and later into the boot. Hannah was shoved between the front seats as the car was driven away. Throughout the ordeal, Cheslin tried to reassure Hannah, urging her to stay calm and assuring her that everything would be okay. CCTV footage later revealed the gang stopping at a petrol station to withdraw cash from Cheslin's bank account. However, their attempts were unsuccessful. In a glimmer of false hope, the attackers told Hannah they wanted to take them both home, but their intentions were far from benevolent. The gang drove the terrified friends to a remote area where Cheslin was beaten with bricks and left for dead, while Hannah watched in horror. Miraculously, Cheslin survived the attack, although he was severely traumatized and left deaf in one ear. Hannah tragically suffered a different fate. She was forced back into the car and driven to a farm road where she was repeatedly gang raped, fatally stabbed in the neck, and had a rock dropped on her head. Her life was tragically cut short on that fateful night. In the early morning hours around 6 a.m., a couple residing in Kraaifontein, a town 12 miles away from Stellenbosch, was startled awake by desperate cries for help emanating from outside their home. They rushed outside to find a disheveled and battered young man, Cheslin Marsh, staggering in the middle of the road. His body was covered in bruises and blood, a haunting testament to the horrors he had endured. Cheslin recounted the harrowing events of the previous night: a carjacking, a vicious beating, and being left for dead. The couple immediately contacted the authorities, providing them with the details shared by Cheslin. Shortly after, news reached the police that workers on a nearby farm had made a grim discovery: a lifeless woman's body, lying face down in a field on the outskirts of town. Tragically, it was Cheslin who identified Hannah's lifeless body despite his injuries. This deeply tragic event shook the community, leaving everyone puzzled. In a stroke of fortune, shortly after the initial reports reached the police, a blue VW Citi Golf caught their attention as it weaved through traffic in Stellenbosch. A thrilling chase ensued, with the driver skillfully evading capture for a considerable time before unknowingly turning into a dead-end street. Realizing there was no escape, the driver and his passenger hastily abandoned the vehicle, attempting to flee on foot, only to be swiftly pursued and apprehended by determined officers. The suspects were later identified as Geraldo Parsons, aged 27, and Vernon Witbooi, aged 33. Their partners in crime, Nashville Julius, 29, and Eben van Niekerk, 28, were arrested later that morning at their respective homes. The sequence of events had unfolded within a mere 11 hours, from the fateful encounter between the perpetrators, Hannah Cornelius and Cheslin Marsh, to the moment they were led away in handcuffs. Given the audacity and brutality of their crimes, it came as no surprise to South African authorities that all four alleged perpetrators had extensive criminal records. Their past misdeeds could fill a book, and they were known affiliates of the infamous Numbers prison gang, recognized as the most ruthless criminal organization in the country. With the culprits safely in custody, the men were formally charged with a litany of offenses, including the kidnapping, rape, and murder of Hannah Cornelius, and the kidnapping, robbery, and attempted murder of Cheslin Marsh. Due in part to the abhorrent nature of the crimes committed, the trial proceeded at an accelerated pace.
On count 6, the murder of Hannah Cornelius, accused 1, 2, and 3 are guilty.
However, the defendants appeared to view the proceedings as nothing more than a minor inconvenience, as evidenced by their continuous joking and laughter within the packed courtroom. Their demeanor left no doubt in the minds of all present, including the judge who held their fate, that the lives of their victims held no value to them. The shocking case drew worldwide attention when the smirking killers, Nashville Julius, Geraldo Parsons, Eben van Niekerk, and Vernon Witbooi, appeared in court. They showed complete disrespect for the severity of their actions, even making jokes and gestures of defiance. Upon the trial's conclusion, all four defendants were found guilty on all charges. Parsons, Witbooi, and Niekerk received life sentences with the possibility of parole after 25 years. Julius, who had departed before the victims were taken to a different location, was sentenced to 15 years behind bars. As the crowd jeered and taunted the defendants while they exited the courtroom following the verdict, Geraldo Parsons exhibited his complete lack of remorse by sticking his tongue out at the spectators like a defiant child. The remorseless criminals received a combined total of 358 years in prison, with 3 gang members facing life sentences. In 2018, justice was served in Cape Town High Court, offering some solace to those affected by these heart-wrenching events. However, the lives of Hannah Cornelius and Cheslin Marsh can never be restored, leaving their loved ones to grapple with the profound loss caused by these merciless criminals. During the trial, Hannah's devastated father, Willem, confessed that it took him a while to gather the strength to attend the court hearing. The painful truth of what had befallen his beloved daughter was something he dreaded to hear. Hannah, often referred to as a daddy's girl, held a special place in his heart.
Me and my son are not a family. We are survivors who live in the ruins of what was once a family.
In the aftermath of the tragedy, Willem and Anna found solace in creating the Hannah Cornelius Foundation. They aimed to support children within their local community, providing them with educational opportunities and a pathway to escape the cycle of violence that plagued their surroundings. Through the Hannah Cornelius Foundation, her legacy lives on, touching the lives of others and offering hope to those who seek a brighter future. Hannah's story shows the level of devastating cruelty humans are capable of inflicting. Do you think the sentence they received was light or severe? What would have been your sentence if you were the judge? Let us know what you think in the comments section. If you find this interesting, comment and subscribe for more.